Hi everyone, welcome from my home to yours, and it's Easter Saturday, and who would have thought that we'd be sitting in the middle of lockdown, facing a global pandemic, and yet it's an Easter that's been incredibly special. We had an announcement from our state president that we're going into another 2 weeks of lockdown, which will see us to the end of April. But it's been a time where I've just seen just the generosity of people really just mushrooming up all over the globe. People giving of their time, giving of their finances, giving of their care. And I really just wanted to share just my thoughts on generosity. And, you know, God's created us, we're designed to be generous. So when we function contrary to generosity, we actually functioning contrary to the way that we've been designed. Proverbs 11 says that he who waters others will himself be watered. If I look at Luke 6 verses 38 to 39, and it speaks of, as we give to others, we will receive good measure, pressed down, shaken together and running over. But our motivation for giving isn't to receive. Our motivation for giving is because it's part of our design, and there's so much suffering at the moment. People who are in dire straits on different levels for different reasons. But we have the design, and also we have the calling to be generous. But for that to be unlocked, it requires a few things to preempt that. And I just want to share those couple of things with you today. I love a statement made by Christine Caine where she said that God will direct our steps, but it's hard for him to direct when we're not making any movement. And sometimes we want to be generous, but we can maybe feel there's so much need. What can I do? It's just a drop in the ocean. But you start by taking that first step. And for me, the first steps, it's our thinking. So it's when we think of generosity, generosity is someone who's not necessarily wealthy or who has the means, but it's someone who's wealthy in their thinking. And it's about being a good steward. So it's looking at what means do you have, working well with those so that you have sufficient to be generous whilst providing your own needs. So generosity starts with being a good steward with what you have, and not, I can't give because I don't have. No, but you do have. Work well with that so that you allow yourself a margin to be generous. Generosity is also a lifestyle. It's a way of thinking. It's other focused, and it works on the posture of being open-handed. So we receive when our hand is open, but we also give when our hand is open. So it's having that right posture. It's looking for opportunities to give, and giving doesn't always have to be monetary in value. There's giving in words. There's giving in kindness. With technology today, there's no limit to what we can give. We can sing a song. We can send a poem. We can send a message. We can send a scripture. But it needs to be preempted with a mindset. Stephen Furtick said that the loudest sound that our life can make is not what we say, but what we do. And I think things that can hinder generosity is when we become inward in our thinking, and where we see the plight of mankind as not our responsibility. It can sometimes be overcome by the enormity of the need and feeling inadequate and insufficient. It starts with, what do you have in your hand? Who do you know? Who do you know that lives alone, that needs, even if it's a daily WhatsApp, hey, thinking of you? Who of you know someone who's not able to get out and get their own groceries? Wouldn't it be great to arrange for a store to deliver them, even if you're delivering them just a small item of groceries? It doesn't take a lot to be generous, but it takes a lot in terms of our thinking. It's Easter. Jesus is our example of what generous is. Look what he gave. He gave his whole life. And that's the pattern regarding the measure that we're to use. And so this Easter, and looking at where we're going as a world, let's have a new version of us. And may that new version be one that is so grateful for what we have. Because a generous heart is a heart that's grateful for the fact that we have food, we have a home. We may not have a lot of other things, but it's looking at that which we do have and being very thankful for it. So I'm thankful today that I have an opportunity to share with you. I'm thankful that I have a voice, and I'm thankful that I serve a God who is powerful, who will see us through where we're facing, but who's given us the method to get to that destination. And we have the opportunity to be men and women who impact and influence the lives of others through seemingly small things like being generous. So today, as we consider where we're at and what we have, make that list. 3 people who you can reach out to in the next week. See you next time.